Hello girls, and we are here in this series of videos for us to talk about the 19th of April. And I have here with me today the beautiful Tania. And Tania has a very interesting story. And you see, all of us had and have fights against insecurities and learning how to value ourselves. That's why we are calling all of you to be part of this day, the 19th of April, Helena. The 19th of April, when we are going to be electing this day from now on, the Universal Day for women. For women, that's how we say it. Women's Day, but our special Women's Day is not gonna be like the world have the International Day for Women, where they only think about conquering things in society, which is important. Is very important, but the most important is something that they are neglecting, they are forgetting about, is the inner person. Is conquering the inner person, is conquering her values, right? And Tania, you have an interesting story. We were talking right now about it, and you were saying that you used to have a problem in your family has a history of obesity. Yes. Obesity? Is that how it says?
Obesity.
Obesity. Okay.
So all the women as the side of my dad and
all women
from
the side of your father
and mom used to be bigger, so they used to be overweight.
How big you mean?
Oh, like
obese,
like 120 kilos, 130 kilos. So I grew up in the middle of 4 daughters, all girls, and with this kind of mind, you can't get fat. Like my mother used to look at us and say, look, if you get fat, you're gonna be like your auntie. So you can't. So we grew up with this kind of mind. So this brought to me a lot of insecurities.
But were you chubby when you were?
No,
someone is knocking on the door there. Were you chubby when you were little? When you were in a teenage?
I was even a skinny teenager, like very skinny. But then as I grew up, as I become a woman, and I start gaining the weight also.
You had a daughter, right? So
yes,
after you have a daughter as well, was a difficult period, right?
So but the thing is, that kind of word that I heard there when I was a child made me to be insecure about myself, about my weight, about the way I would look to people and the way they look at me. So I used to go to school and see all my friends skinny girls and skinny girls. And when we do like we have to do the exercising or something like this, you have to wear that short clothes, and I used to put myself down because of that, because I used to see myself bigger than them. So, and because of that, I was mocked about that.
You were mocked.
So that made me to develop low self-esteem, and made me to think that I was not good enough for nothing, to do nothing.
And this affected you even after you got married, even until recently, you said, right?
Yes, recently.
How was it? How did you find out that this was affecting you in such a bad way? What is the difference from now? What happened?
It was like this. I find out when every time that I was challenged to do something that was not normal for me to do it, I was always running away from that. I was like, no, I'm not capable for that. It's not for me. You can choose another. You can choose another one. They can. You can't. Like in my mind it was like this. I can't. I'm not capable for that. So then I started seeing that was not normal, because if they can do it, why I can't? And then I start learning that I had to go against all the thoughts that would come to my mind and made me to be stuck. That used to intimidate us, like it came like a cloud, very big cloud in top of our, and nobody sees. But it made me afraid. It made me being closed inside of the box. So like for you it's okay. For them will fit, but not for me. Not for me. So then it was not normal. So I started fighting against this kind of thoughts, that I had to go against everything that would intimidate me to do. So I did it. I started. It was not easy.
How was it? You used to think that you were ugly because of your weight.
Yes.
Would you look in the mirror? Because I see you. I see you, and I see a lady who is a little bit overweight. Yeah. But I see you beautiful. Could you see that?
Today I can. But at that time, I'm gonna tell you, I even could run away from the mirrors.
You run away from
yes.
the mirror? I don't know. How was that?
Yes, like, you know, we're in your room, and the mirror is there. You know you're gonna change yourself. You take care of yourself. But I used to avoid to look at it. No, I'm not gonna. You start ignoring myself. In a period of time, I start even stop taking care of myself because of that.
So, and how many women we see like this? Because they gain a little bit of weight, they run away from the mirrors, they don't like to see themselves, they don't feel beautiful, they feel ugly, and they think like this: what's the use for me to take care of myself? I'm fat. And then the more she feels the pressure of those thoughts, the more she feels like eating more. She doesn't feel. Am I right?
Yeah.
I know, because I've been
much
there as well.
much more in like, I don't care. It's like that. I can't change this. I'm gonna be like this, and you know, I have to accept it. So let's eat.
So you kind of gave up.
Yeah, I gave up. Yes,
of feeling good, of looking beautiful, because this is important. Your self-esteem was really low, right?
But in the point, I'm gonna tell you even something very personal. My daughter used to look at me one day. We went to church, and when we come back, we were in the elevator. Yeah, the lift. Sorry, and she looked at me and said, "Mom, you don't look you came from church. You look as you came from cleaning the house."
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah, it is. And at that day, it dropped from
the penny
dropped. And then I said, my God, what I'm doing about myself? What I'm doing, what the one you gave me to take care, that is myself. And then I start a long process until now.
And now?
Now things have changed.
Ugly?
No, I'm beautiful. I'm glad to take care of
And by the way, you have lost some weight?
Yes, I have lost so far 8 kilos.
How much? 8 kilos.
8 kilos.
And you're in the fight for how many more?
I'm still fighting for more. 15. But I'm telling you, it's not so far. If you in here, I know that I can do it. I know that I can. That little by little, if I believe in myself, I can do it. It's not impossible. It's not impossible.
That's it.
No.
So we are inviting you for the 19th of April, when we are going to be talking more about these things, these subjects. And I know it's going to be to change your life. 19th of April at 3 p.m. Rainbow Theater. We are inviting all of you. See you there. Bye-bye.